as I was coming up with this video to go and talk about AIM, I may have inadvertently discovered what the One Piece is. So I'm going to go and dive right into that. But there are a number of different explanations that I've seen online to explain AIM's power. I think that this is fantastic. I'm so excited that we finally got the chance to go and see what AIM's powers truly are. Like, this is absolutely insane. When I saw this, if you haven't seen my reaction to the chapter, please go and do so. It's on the channel. I couldn't believe that Oda had just dropped something as absolutely crazy as that, and I was just waiting to see what people thought. I wanted to see what people's theories were. I wanted to see, now we had our first proper glimpse to the powers that AIM has. I want to know the answers, and I do have some explanations on here that I'll touch on. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Luke, and I make weekly One Piece content, so if you guys haven't subscribed already, please go and do so. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. So this panel for me is so unbelievably fascinating for a number of different reasons. One, it obliterated the whole fucking island. So AIM's powers have the ability to just wipe out islands, which is absolutely crazy. So if we look down into the center of this panel where the island is getting absolutely eviscerated like in Akira, we have it looks like it's getting eviscerated. Now there's something that really stands out to me in this panel, and that it is not a straightforward beam that's getting shot down onto the island. What you see is a number of different pillars that are coming down onto this island, and that there is what seems to be a bubble that's going around this island. And what this makes me think is that these citizens of this island, that I don't even remember what it's called. I've never even heard of this island. I didn't know it existed. I think that they have been transported. I just thought of something. I just had a brain blast moment. I love this. This is amazing. I love that this just gets your theory juices flowing. I have so many thoughts. I'd love to go and hear yours, but I've just had a massive revelation looking at this. I love this. So the point I was going to get to was that this panel looks a lot like a straw hat. So if you look at the way it's shaped, and with the water splashing around, it looks a lot like a straw hat, right? Now, I just had a massive thought go into my head, and it seems crazy, but anything is possible in this world, and I'm going to put it out there because who knows, it could be true. I believe that they're not dead. I believe they've been transported, or that looks like they've been encapsulated in this bubble. Now, we know that AIM has a straw hat, a massive straw hat in possession where AIM is residing. Now, the straw hat has, of course, massive implications. There is a massive reason as to why that straw hat is there. We're trying to figure out why at the moment, and also why is there a straw hat that AIM has and a straw hat that Luffy has? What is the significance between these two straw hats, and is there some sort of reason to maybe bring them together? What if AIM has like the map and marks the map, and then AIM puts the straw hat over the map, and what we are seeing right here is the straw hat, like, it's like causing a sort of bubble, like it's capturing it, like it's covering it. This all sounds so dumb. So what I'm trying to say is they're not truly destroyed, they're not truly dead, they've been captured, you know, they're not truly erased, but they've been trapped, they've been captured in this, what looks to be like a bubble, like they're getting disintegrated and kind of transported through these light pillars perhaps, to a separate location, to a separate space in existence. But in saying that, these panels in this page look so much like the light pillars and the light beams that Enel used in a certain attack in the Skypiea arc, which I'm going to go into in just a second now to go and show you. Okay, so this is the scene in the Skypiea arc that really stood out to me. And you just tell me in the comments if this looks strikingly similar to the attack that we saw from Eam. Just look at this. This looks so similar. All this, having the light beams come down and just eviscerating this place. Like, it is the exact same attack. Except, of course, Eam's is so much more absurdly powerful than this, but this is so strikingly similar. So it leads me to have a thought in my head that Enel, in some capacity, could be related to this attack that Eam is making. So I want to go and know your thoughts on this, because that was a visual choice that Oda had made in this scene and in the panel, and it cannot be intentional. That was purposely done. Not to mention how Oda has purposely done this panel to look a lot like a straw hat with this wave, with this shape, with the shading. Like, the shading in this panel looks like the stitching, the edge stitching of a straw hat. Like, there is so many similarities. So it makes me think that showing the straw hat in Eam's possession, showing these light beams in this attack, showing that this attack looks a lot like a straw hat, tells me that this is the answer to what Eam's power is. Now, what exactly Eam's power does, it leads me to believe that it is trapping these people in this country that I don't even know what it's called, because I didn't even know it existed. But Sabo's not dead. Sabo is trapped. These people are trapped in what seems to be a bubble that looks like a straw hat. I'm going to try and say what I'm about to say. It's going to be very, very muddled and jumbled, and I apologize. But I think this is very important. And if you can try to piece together what I'm trying to say, I appreciate it, because this is a massive breakthrough for me, okay? It may seem very dumb, but I think there's a valid point in what I'm going to say, and I need you guys to just hear me out, okay? Eam has a straw hat, right? Luffy has a straw hat. Eam's motivation, Eam's power is to erase, is to take away. That is the opposite of what Luffy does. What we see in this panel is a straw hat over the top of this island, right? What it is doing is it is erasing its existence, right? Don't message me when I'm making my theory. Metaphorically, this island is wearing this straw hat, correct? Luffy is the embodiment of freedom. Luffy wears the straw hat for freedom. Luffy wears this straw hat non-stop. It is his totem. This is what he wears day in, day out. He's been given this straw hat with a great purpose. Handed to him from Shanks, handed from Gold Roger. Gold Roger could have been handed it from who knows who. But there is a massive significance to the straw hat. I believe the answer, the key to undoing all of this erasing of history, is Luffy's straw hat. If Luffy puts his straw hat over the top of this map, will it undo the erasing of these islands? If he puts his hat on top of something else that had been erased by Eam, will it undo it? I feel that there is a crazy supernatural power and essence to Luffy's straw hat that is the key to undoing all of Eam's powers with erasing history. Now, this sounds incredibly stupid and incredibly crazy, but I don't believe that there is any sort of coincidence to any one of these points that I've mentioned. And it would not surprise me if that is the case, because I feel that this would make a lot of sense, as stupid as it sounds, for the One Piece story and how Oda's brain works and how creative he is, and just having these things in place for so many years with a great purpose that only now is only being revealed. This could very well be the reason. Now, I really would love to know your thoughts about what I've just said. because it sounds incredibly stupid, incredibly crazy. It kind of went off point with what I was saying about Enel. But honestly, I love I still think that it could be some reason to why that looks like Enel's power. There's going to be something there, as well as it's coming down from the heavens as to where Enel is from. So I do like to believe that there is some sort of ties there. Either way, I am so incredibly fascinated by Eames' power. I'm so incredibly fascinated about what Oda is doing to reveal this power to us, to hint this power to us, and what little creative choices he is making into these panels to give us clues as to what the answer truly is to Eames' power, what Eames' Devil Fruit truly does. Okay, so I'm going to have a look through the theories and discussions that people are making on the One Piece subreddit for this chapter. There was a lot of hints about Elbaf, and a few years ago, the community seemed to really believe that Elbaf would follow Wano. If Elbaf really is based on Norse mythology, there's no better season than winter, and all the sea kings we've seen seem to be serpents, like little versions of the world serpent from Norse mythology. Elbaf needs to be the next island, I feel, unless this is a very, very short island. But then again, we're in the final saga, right? We're getting really to the climax of the entire story. This is where everything is being revealed. There isn't really a need to have a there's no need to have a break. No, but I mean, having a space between a major aspect of the story. Like, each one of these stories, each one of these islands, they're gonna go for a significant amount of time. And if you just have something else in between going to Elbaf, it's going to just extend that time much, much further. And I mean, in Oda's case, I guess, who can blame him? Like, the series is at an all-time high. Why not let it go out for a little bit longer? But when you're pushing yourself to go into the final stages of the story, touting the final saga, this is where you need to go into places like Elbaf. So I feel like this is the next place to go. And that makes absolute sense, saying it's a winter-based island and to do with Norse mythology, because, I mean, look, as right now, like, I'm gonna be playing God of War in the next month. And that has all Norse mythology, all stuff, and it's all winter-based. Like, this is a very concurrent thing when it comes to this sort of mythology. And so this is what we're expecting for the Elbaf saga anyway, so this makes total sense to me. The reason I think that Sabo is fine, he is 100% fine, is that in every panel showing a Lulusia resident, the light was shown from above them, whereas with Sabo, it was from the side. His eyes are looking to his right, not above his head. Plus, every panel of him is a close-up of his face, and we are not shown his surroundings. He's definitely on a ship away from the island. That is an interesting observation, because everybody, in these panels is looking up towards this light, except for Sabo himself. He's looking towards the side. That's a very interesting observation that I really appreciate someone pointed out, because that very well could explain if Sabo gets away from this whole situation unscathed. I think my man must have been from Lucia. Look, he said this was a very interesting chapter, and then he's just got erased. Oh no! With that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you believe is Eames' powers? Did anything that I rambled off and said in this video make sense to you? Do you think there's any sort of merits to what I've said? If so, let me know, but also I want to know your thoughts as to what Eames' power could be. This is the most exciting time to be a One Piece fan, and I love that now more than ever, even though we are getting more answers to these massive questions, there is a million more unanswered questions, and I'd love to go and hear them all in the comments. So let me know, like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you all have an awesome day. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one.